Hi everyone, Rainey here with my dream boat project, and today I'm not working on the bottle jumper. Today I'm doing a product review. It's about time I've done it. I wanted to do product reviews on a lot of these tools that I'm buying to work on the bottle jumper, and they've been building up. I've actually bought a lot of different tools, but hey, this is my man cave and I gotta fill it up, right? The whole of the side of the boat, the whole wall is just lined up with everything. So I want to show you two of them that I got. They're actually both called multi-purpose tools. Now, I didn't know what a multi-purpose tool was. When I was working on the puddle jumper, if you remember in one of the previous episodes, I messed up with the transom. I put the transom on too low, I believe it was. So, well, maybe that much too low. So I had to cut it off of the longitudinals. And I didn't know what to do it with. But anyways, I went out and bought two heat guns. And Raluca, my wife, was on one side of each one of the ends, and I was on the other side. And it must have taken us close to an hour to get each longitudinal off. So we're looking at about 3.5, 4 hours to get the bulkhead off. So then I put it back on, and guess what? I put it on too high. So I said, I got to get this thing off again. And I looked online what a multi-purpose tool was, and I said, aha! Multi-purpose tool is a tool that does multi-things, but look at this blade. See this? Very skinny blade. So if I have to get into something like I wanted to, let's say I'm using these sandpapers as an example. If I want to separate these, I can kind of go right in there with them. And it separates them so it comes right apart. Isn't that cool? And then I can take it all apart without destroying anything. So I went out and I bought myself, I figured, hey, I'm going to get one that's going to do the job, and I got to go to so many, tiny places and everything. So I'm going to get a cordless one. So what I did was I went out and I bought the Craftsman multi-purpose tool. And this is what it looks like. Of course, you can change all the heads. What I like about the Craftsman is it has a little release here. So when I pull the button here, right, I could just take this one right off. And if I want to put this one on, I just put this one right on and move it around so it goes, and I have it that simple. Isn't that easy? And it came with only one battery. I wish it came with two, but actually, yes, it came with one battery. Matter of fact, the batteries cost about as much as the tool. So I got this thing, and I was working on the puddle jumper here, separating it. Ooh, that worked good, because if you remember in another episode, I made a mistake on my longitudinal. So I had to rebuild my 4 longitudinals. That means I had to separate them from all 4 of my bulkheads. So 5. Anyways, I had to separate them from the bulkheads. Without this, it would have chopped up the bulkheads, and I would have had to build new bulkheads, but instead I was able to use this everywhere, all the different sizes. And this thing here, I can move it that way, I can move it this way, I can move it any way I want. So this thing was a lifesaver. But the problem is I only had one battery, so I'd get working, in between the longitudinals, and I'm not a little guy to get in between those things. So it was like, Richard Simmons trying to do, different yoga moves, getting in and, kind of trying to cut this way. So I had my tool and I'd be cutting, and all of a sudden, battery died. So what I did was, I know that I like this thing a lot, so I wanted to get another one. And since I'm only doing the boat with it, I don't know how much I'm going to really be using the thing. At the time, I thought, I'm going to go get a cheap one. So this one came from Lowe's, okay? It was affordable. So what I did was, I went to Harbor Freight. And I got this one here at Harbor Freight. You can see the box right over there. That's Harbor Freight's. And that one's a Craftsman from Lowe's. And here's the Harbor Freight one. Look at that. Nice cord and everything. Now, when I started using this, whoa, the power! I couldn't believe it. I actually only use this one now. I just got along the electric cord. I like the Craftsman, the ease of it. I like the way it works. I guess a lot better, but this one has the power. Doesn't run out, and it's like twice as powerful. Where it might have taken me 10 minutes to get, one of the longitudinals off of the bulkhead. With this, I was able to do it in just a couple of minutes. It was cutting right in. This one here cuts into wood and the fiberglass. Now, read these things when you first get them. Which one works for what? I don't have the one that oh, here's the one I messed up. When I first got the, oh, which one was it? When I got the when I got the Craftsman one, okay, the battery powered one, I said, oh, this thing, it says right on it, it will cut through metal, cut through wood, cut through drywall, cut through all kinds of stuff. So I took this thing and I started cutting a screw. I wanted to get a screw off that was sticking out of my, actually my frame down there. And so I took this and look what happened. It started to smoke like it was turning on fire. And I made a big hole and didn't do anything on the screw. I was so upset. What a piece of junk. This thing's going back. And then I took it and read the thing. Actually, this one doesn't say anything. That's probably the problem. But when I went back to the store to get another one of these, oh, here we go. I went to get a quality one. So I went to Walmart. Actually, I did get some from there, but this one here is from Lowe's also. You can see it's Craftsman. But when I looked at it, it says wood and metal. I looked at the instructions and realized that this one was only for wood. So I did it on metal and I ruined it. Okay, that's no good. Okay, so then I found you can get wood and metal. Like this one here, you can see through the plastic, this one says just wood. So this was comparable to that one. So I use the wood and metal one almost all the time in case I hit a screw. The wood one works great on the epoxy glues and the fiberglass, and it works great on wood. The metal one you can cut through screws. I went up on the deck, cut a screw that was sticking out that was stripped, and bzz, cut it right off. Slick as butter. Ooh. And then you got the funny ones like here. This is for drywall. So you can get right in there and as you're doing drywall, bzz, cut your little shapes. But they have all different kind of tools that go with it. Matter of fact, they even have these little corner sanding things you can put on. They slide on. And get a bunch of different little sandpapers and they just stick right on there. Just like one of those 4-inch, 5-inch orbital sanders do. You just put it, see, it sticks right on. See that? Okay. So, bottom line, I love these things. The only thing I don't like about the Harbor Freight, again, you go there to get cheap tools, you get what you pay for, right? It worked great because it was electric, but see over here? I need to use an Allen wrench every time I want to change heads or change positions of the head. I really don't like that. This is so much nicer. So if you're going to get one, get any kind you want, but look for the grip. Now, of course, the Craftsman also has the same thing, an electric with this kind of a release that you can just pull on it and the thing comes off. That is wonderful when you're in a hurry. You don't think you're going to change heads often, but yeah, you do. Because what I have to do is, you know, if I'm inside the little cubby hole, I'm doing one side of the wood this way, the other side, I have to kind of go like this, unless I can change that going the other way, you know. So, you know, it's kind of hard. You're already doing these like yoga positions and, you know, kind of like this there, doing that. Then you got to kind of go like this to the you come out looking like a pretzel. So, I recommend both of these tools. I think they work great. Get one though that doesn't have to use an Allen wrench, just an automatic one. I have this all mixed up. Like I said, they're great tools. Hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.